Top of the morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Flame Brains was in My Hero Academia Part 1, or movie, should I say. So, yeah. In this What If, it's a custom character that I made. If you haven't seen the first video that I made, like very first one, today's one, go check it out, and it's pretty funny what I did for so now we move on to this. So I had plans for this to be like him being Endeavor's son. So yeah. And he is more of the like his mother, or actually, should I say, so yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to find the picture. So yeah, so his mother, or Endeavor and his mother. Let's say they had like Todoroki, and Todoroki's his sister, his brother, and Flame Brains. That's my character. And like and Dobby. So yeah. So when he was growing up, he was literal like youngest one, but he was totally different from everyone else. That's what his mother likes about him. As yeah, Endeavor and her took him to the doctors, get his quirk checked, but turns out he was quirkless. I know, it sounds like more of like Zuko, but bear with me. So Endeavor, or actually, yeah. So she cares about him more, and Endeavor like throws him out onto the streets, literally, as when he was just 4 years old. As yeah, his powers, like when Endeavor didn't realize that, or he didn't see what Zuko, or no, Flame Brains has, but his mother sees inside of him before. Like, she can see that he doesn't need a quirk to, as yeah. So days gone on, and yeah, his mother does care, or but she did like, I'm keeping her pouring water onto Todoroki's face, but not out of anger, or yeah, out of anger, because she told Todoroki that about Endeavor got rid of his brother. So she's out of anger, or she didn't mean to do it on So, yeah. Then, yeah. Todoroki forgave her about accidentally throwing water on him. That's how he got his scar. So, yeah. Then days gone on, and he, like, when he was at 15, or he was learning how to do elemental wolves. That's what they're called. So he basically, like, hang, because he joined class, and, like, yeah, he basically became class 1B student because of how bad he was. Yeah. But or actually, scratch that. He was in class A with his brother. So he's like trying to not get so upset. So yeah, he basically, because it's been so long, Todoroki even forgot that his brother was called Flame Brains. So hold on, I had something on my. So yeah, he's basically. I'm skipping the ball throw thing because when he threw the ball so hard that even it literally had to cut through the probably a entire someone else's Milky Way. It's a planet thing, not the. So yeah, as he basically then at USJ he's when he gets confused he itches his head too much. So yeah, he's basically when he saw like the villains were coming right at him, he basically like trying not to be so like aggressive. Like he saw like Eraserhead literally getting beaten down to by a Nomu as he became more of a he's separated into like elemental wolves and like started attacking everybody. All those villains were no more. Basically, yeah. He devoured all of them, except for students and pro heroes. As, yeah, so Todoroki, or no, Dobby notices that he is like, well, looks like, because he had so much respect for his brother, so he went to UA, became class 1A student, and yeah, he basically, he literally walked over and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, huh. As Dobby knew who Flame Range was, his brother. As he says, huh, hey brother, what's up? It has been a long time, hasn't it? Huh. As he sees literal blood coming down all the way front of his shirt as he says, "Yeah, but sheesh. Did I go that hard? Sheesh. You know that was on accidental. That was my freak out mode." As everybody's like, "Good to know. We'll make sure that you don't freak out like that." As Eraserhead says, "Yeah, let's calm you down, okay?" Yeah, because his elemental wolf was like a sharknado. But instead of like sharks, literally like wolves flying around. So, yeah, and Todoroki looked at Flamebrains, and then he sees his brother. Like, hey, hey, brother. As he's a little bit like shocked to seeing his brother in this current condition of our mother was right. As Dobby says, what do you mean?" "Well, she told me, but she didn't tell the rest of you. I have the power of the infinity. Basically, all the power in the world. I don't need a quirk. Or I don't need a limit." As, yeah. So he goes and visits his mother at the hospital, or mental hospital thing. As, yeah, she's happy to see him. Yeah, and she says, or he says, or Flamebrain says, huh, I'm really getting better at my power, mother. As she says, "That's good, sweetie. Keep it away from Endeavor. He probably might think that you have some weird power surge." Yeah, so then 2 weeks have passed, and he spends a lot of time with his mother, just talking, and him or they having dinner. Yeah, so he basically like, guess I said, my brother or my two brothers at the USJ. As, how are they doing? Well, they're real pain in the sides, you might tell. But, sheesh. But I really did have a freak out. Sheesh. Did not mean to have a freak out like those days. As, yeah, his mother, says, "That's okay, we all have freakouts. It's a part of our lifestyle." So, yeah. Then the sports festival. Flamebrains got first place in the race, followed by Zuku, that has one for all, and Todoroki. his brother. So, because he showed his power and he had like a flame, or he went flames dog thing. So he basically ran all the way fast as, yeah. So Endeavor sees him as Flame Brain wins. As, yeah. Then he ends up going to, right, no, Cavalry Battle. He turned into Ice One so that he doesn't catch his team on fire. And yeah, he basically used like every technique. Like he separated it into like two different ones to make like a hologram. And yeah, he basically surrounded everybody with fire and ice, earth and wind, all the elementals. And yeah, kept them in one simple area. Yeah, Handman wins, or no, not Handman. Flame Brain wins. Sorry, I was blown out. Like, hey, so Flame Brains has more of the way more intelligent. Like, heck, passes Nezu's, and everybody else's. So yeah. And his mother was watching him as she smiles at how he's doing so great with his powers. Endeavor sees him like, you know that one scene where in the My Hero Academia canon one, where Endeavor's holding on and like smiling at Todoroki? Yeah, he's basically like that. But on the other side, of course, All For One was watching, and he's more intrigued. Basically, wants the powers of infinity. So, yeah. Then, yeah, his powers are crazy. He was like, he used his powers like craziness. Heck, because some of the contenders are falling out of a ring because how scary it was. So, yeah. Then Dobby's like, huh, unexpected, brother. You're more powerful than I even, or all of us imagined. Huh. Yeah, but hey, you know what? I'm good with that. As, yeah, he basically, now it was between Zuko versus Flame Brains. Todoroki against his brother, and then, yeah. So, yeah. Zuko lost, as he says, you can beat me. As he showed his true power. Hour of like, yeah, he basically became like, his body was the same thing as an Endeavor, or same Zeke, should I say, and same size. So basically like that, but more stronger, faster, and like everything. Basically, his own sister sees him on the TV next to his mother, like, that kid that's against Zuko is your brother. And he's showing his true power. As he says, you know, it's a good thing about having no quirks. We both have different chemicals. Mine is from, or looking at the world. As his body was like that, but way more like bulkier and like shows off more firepower. Yeah. Flame Ranger 1, and then number 2 will, yeah. So Todoroki against Bakugo, because I'm skipping down Ochako versus Bakugo, because let's say Flame Brains got upset and he, like, when he punched Bakugo before the explosion went, let's say the Bakugo's blood came out of his mouth. Yeah. Cracked every rib. And as he says, as he turns and looks at Ochako, picks her up and carries her all the way to Recovery Girls. As he sets her down. And, yeah. He looks like a man-ass guy. So, yeah. Todoroki and Dabi is like, wow. Or Flame Brains' sister says, wow. Does he do that? Yeah, he does that when he gets upset at someone for a reason. For that one, he was protecting his friends from getting exploded. So, yeah. In the out of the ring, like out of the stadium, we see the unconscious Bakugo's body. Like, he basically got nailed to the wall by a giant hammer. Hammer time. Sorry. So, it's my, so, yeah. Dobby against Flame Brains. And then Todoroki against, like, Bakugo, but it's just how weird it is. So, he says, ready? Yep, I am. As the blue flames come, yeah. So, he tells everybody to, if you all want to, or actually, he told the Mentos guy to make a dome around them so that there's no casualties. Okay? Before. So, yeah, he's like, ready? As I'll ever be. As fight. As he used his own rainbow colored one. As he basically hits Dobby like the same thing what he did to Bakugo. Slammed right into the out of the stadium. Yeah, so he doesn't use that much power against like his comrades. But if he used it at his full power, man, the entire world would have to take a loss. AKA, it's just like what that One Punch Man, or kind of like what Saitama did to that one-eye guy, or that alien dude, where he says, natural punch, boom. Yeah. But that's only a quarter of his power. If he goes all out, he could break every reality. Yeah, he's broken. As Endeavor says, it has been a long time, hasn't it? Plus you're powerful. Yeah. But I see that you worry our mother, or my mother. As Endeavor grabs him and says, yeah, because she accidentally put hot water into a boom! As the Flame Brains just absolutely annihilated, like, basically one shot Endeavor all the way out of the ring where they were standing, all the way to the, like he says, that was only with his ice punch. Imagine when he uses his fire, yeah. So, he basically, yeah. He basically won instant. So, yeah, he was tough. Like, and don't get me started on Todoroki against him. Because when he, had a, angry freak out thing, Todoroki had to call, or actually, his mother called Todoroki to give, yeah. he loves when he hears her voice. His It's comforting. As yeah, she and him had a really strong bond. As yeah, because he had a freak out because the Todoroki says, "I'm not gonna use my," or that. Right when he said a word, that B word, earn for described for an endeavor. Yeah, he's basically that sets him off as he comes in full swing, or actually his power truly activated, as he basically turned his, or let me rephrase that, his body, or a flame's going around his entire body, creating a second sun that burns all the oxygen. Yeah, he's basically used at his maximal power. Kind of like the spirit bomb, just like boom. But his mother calls in or calls him, and he basically used his ice to get close, put it in his ear as he says, "Shiryu," as he calm down, sweetie, or her. She says that to him. There's right here for you, okay? As he calms down, flames go down. As yeah, she knew what Todoroki didn't like Endeavor. So yeah, she basically calmed down Flame Brains, and Dobby he was in recovery girl's room to get recovered real fast, as he's basically yeah. And the flame, he actually did do one thing. His flame actually went and devoured Hero Killer Sting and Musclier. So yeah, but his sister was there. Like he showed up before, as she says, "Don't worry, brother, I'm still here for you." As he says, "Sorry about that. I had a freak out again, didn't I?" Yeah, that was more of the rage kind of freak out. Like this says Todoroki says that to him. So yeah, now I'm skipping the internship, or actually Endeavor chose Flame Brains and Dobby and to join his agency. So yeah. Then all that stuff, I'm skipping all that because it's boring, and all the way to the camp arc. Yeah. Or I'm skipping the camp arc too because it's similar. So except for Muscular is not there. So yeah. He gets captured. Dobby is like, where's the big brother? Or where's the brother? Todoroki. He was with you earlier. As then they got into this But now it's at the villain's base, and yeah, he's like, where the heck am I? As he looks up, and Todoroki, or not Todoroki, Toga is sitting right in, like, right on him. Because she knows that his blood is probably to the point. So, yeah, she was gonna date him. Basically, yeah, date ain't him. As, yeah, or not Todoroki. The hand over his face says, huh. Well, hell. Huh. You're forgetting one thing. As he turns into multiple wolves. And, like, he basically slaughtered. Or not. Yeah. He's basically slaughtered everything. And all for one against him was like, are you ready? Or all for one looks at him and says, are you ready? Yep. Alright. You must be all for one. I heard a lot about you through my mother's hunger. So he's basically cracking his knuckles. You know I won't go easy on you. So he basically went Super Saiyan. Like, he used all of his power all the way to, like, absolutely max of his own body. Even past his own body, too. Into Liu Kang's powers. So he's basically beating the living snot out of all for one. Like, yeah, sending him flying around like a little rag doll. And only person that really knows that he's at his peak, like his powerful peak, is his mother. As she calls an Endeavor. And Endeavor answers. And yes, she explains that, yes, our son is powerful. Or guess where he's at? As Endeavor says, where is he? Well, go outside. As he walks outside and sees flashes of powerful, like, it's like that Dragon Ball Z, like, fights. Like, that boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Endeavor's like, holy crud. As he's like, huh. As Endeavor sees it's his son versus all for one. Yeah, he's basically sees the most overpowered character in My Hero Academia would be like all for one, but we all know that it's not true. But the Flame Brains just beats up him, like all for one at his max powers. Basically, he has kind of like this same look as Endeavor, but his flames are so colorful. Like rainbow colored. as he's like, because they see his, basically like, where is he? Where is it? Basically like what Zuko is at the 100%. Yeah. His powers are like that. As he basically normal punch of a flame. As he punched All For One so hard that even the All For One's like entire body exploded all the way to the atom. Basically like a like where is it? Where is it? Kind of like that little virus thing. So yeah, he he's he has wings. As yeah, he needs to calm down. As Endeavor runs up to him and asks him, "Is he all right?" As he says, "I'm fine." As he's cooling down, like, and like Dobby shows up before. Yeah, he basically like, don't worry, big bro, or don't worry, brother. We got lots of training. Yeah, but that was just, as his mother like did care about him, and so did Endeavor. But after they seen that power, they needed to work on his more control, because that was craziness. Everybody's like, "Holy crud! Did you see how powerful?" Or some of them are like talking like, "Did you see how your son is so overpowered? Did you see your brother just did to All For One?" As they're like commenting on Flame Brains. So yeah, he basically, of course, his sister gets a lot of comments from like his or from her friends. Heck, he's like, "Oh, need more practice on my reaching at my full peak thing." As the detective's like, "Huh, yeah, but hey, less power on the opponent." That felt like at 100%, or that was actually at 1%. Feels like to me, as he didn't go all out. He just tries to hold back as much power as, that was at 1%, not 1 million. Or that's actually the, I'm gonna narrow it down to 0.1. Basically, it's super rare. So, like like chief of police is like, huh, that's a small amount. Yeah, as he explains to him about, if he reaches like higher than that, like he could destroy this planet if he wanted to, but he chose not to. Well, that's a good choice. I don't want to end up having a destroyed planet, and so yeah, they clean up, and there was no like serious damage. There's only like as he cleans up, and yeah, he basically. I'm skipping all the way to the overhaul fight, so yeah, Zuko or no, during that time, his family, his friends, always try to keep their eyes on him to make sure he doesn't go all out again. Like, that was only at. He wrote it down what percentage it was. Yeah. 0.1. That was percent. As Dobby's like, huh. If that was any other person that wields that much power, it would have been like. As Dobby's like, I trust you, brother, to make sure you don't like overkill us all. That's okay. As now the overhaul fight, Youngman comes in and he saved Ares and like he actually gave Ares to Zuko and like he says, huh. As he's like breathing in and out before, as he asked Dobby and Todoroki, yeah, do you want to see something really powerful? As he goes right underneath and he lifts the entire overhaul creature all the way to space. And like he did like a supernova at like past that 0.1. Like infinity. Boom. Yeah. Overhaul and all those people were, let's say, gets cremated. Yeah. So, yeah. His mother's like, yeah. As days gone on, and yeah, it was crazy. It was so crazy. Heck, everybody's like even looking at and Flame Brains to see if this was a right man. Like even Fenton's like, man, with that much power, you could have destroyed us all. But he says, or actually, Flame Brain says, if I wanted to, but I chose not to. Because the reason why, I like you all. I don't want all of you to die out like that. Like, boom, oh, everyone dead. That's a villain way. I chose more of a hero way. So, yeah. Todoroki agrees with that. Dobby agrees with that. Everyone agrees with that. Because a detective shows up. Or, no. Yeah. But not like. He says, huh, how's your powers doing? And let me guess, that was at your peak. Or like. Yeah, that's. With that size of explosion, I believe that no one could survive that explosion except for me. And the detective showed, or brought his sister, or Flame Brains' sister, and yeah, and yeah, so yeah, she's more calmer. But the government is like, he's too powerful. Let's lock him up into, some prison cell. Away from everybody. As the chief of police says, or how about we not? Because one, he's got better at knowing what his power limits are. And yeah, but chief, he's too dangerous to have roaming around freely in the streets. As he knows that he knows that Flame Brains always says, if you want me to destroy a planet of some other solar system, I'll be right then and use it. Boom, blows up. Kind of. That's if you who gave me permission. Don't worry. I would never use it on anyone. As, yeah. He spends time with his sister, his brothers, and his mother. And plus, when Endeavor knew about his power, he also spent time with him too. So, yeah. He does occasionally get visits with All Might, and he became that way stronger. So Nezu's well, he's a powerhouse. We have two powerhouses, All Might and Flame Brains. But and Flame Brains is, or actually Eraserhead says, or no, not Eraserhead. Midnight say, well, I think is Flame Brains Endeavor's his son, right? Yes, and so because of Flame Brains and what everybody saw, the crime rate went down to 0. Absolutely no crime rate. But in this what if, I'm turning Midnight would be between Midnight and Eraserhead had a kid. And so yeah. And that kid would be a girl with their combined powers. Would be hers, hers makes everyone go to sleep, and his fused together so that when they wake up, they lost their powers for 30 minutes. So yeah. And yeah. So That's why the Flame Brains is powerful than anyone. He actually did take care of a doctor, so yeah. So bye bye. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. So peace out.